I think everyone's here. All right. And now I have some background music too. Welcome, creatures of all ages. My name's Osmus Tarkus, and we are back with Bactria. So I want to mention that we are about to enter a pretty pivotal stage of our campaign, because one of the most bloodthirsty and honestly impactful kings in history is now out from my ass. The one and only Ashoka. And I'm not talking about the Star Wars lady, I'm talking about the OG Asian king. So Ashoka did for, Ashoka did for Buddhism what Constantine did for Christianity. He was a really high-profile convert, and let me explain. So, first of all, he's the son of Bindusara and a Brahmin woman. Bindusara is the king we killed a few streams ago. According to one Sri Lankan tradition, Sri Lanka being like basically the most common site, the country with the most commonality of Theravada Buddhism, meaning Orthodox Buddhism, the way Ashoka envisioned it. So, according to one Sinhalese tradition, he started out as a Hindu, and by Hindu I mean follower of the early Vedic religion. This is before it was recognizable as Hinduism is today. And then he went on a spiritual journey where he met his nephew, the son of one of the brothers he had actually slain to take the throne after his father's death, who ultimately converted him to sort of a casually practicing Buddhist. But well, he wasn't very zealous, according to one of his edicts, until his war with Kalinga, one of the last independent kingdoms in India, on the site of modern-day Odisha. According to this is obviously exaggerated, but according to his edicts, his famous edicts carved on stone pillars, he deported 150,000, killed 100,000 in battle, and slaughtered many more civilians. At last, though, he was disgusted by his own actions, and to repent, he began to study Dhamma, the cosmic law and order taught by the Buddha, similar to Hindu Dharma. So ultimately, he became a devout follower of the Buddha, gave up hunting and pleasure tours, and became celibate. But of course, like that's ever gonna happen. I can't do a Shrek voice, but yeah, we kind of killed his father in battle and sacked one of his biggest cities, so now I think all bets are off. Either way, in history, he presided over the Third Buddhist Council to establish a Buddhist orthodoxy. So like I said, basically the Asian equivalent of Constantine in the West, because Constantine also established a Nicene creed at Nicaea in Anatolia to establish a Christian orthodoxy. And non-Buddhist creeds were tolerated, but they became impoverished due to lack of patronage, just like competing philosophies in ancient Rome. And just like Constantine, he sent out missionaries. Half of Asia is Buddhist because of Constantine. Not Constantine, because of Ashoka. He, interestingly enough for me, is as a gourmand myself. Okay, that's not a good word. Gourmand means glutton, but I like food. He took measures he didn't eliminate eating meat. He just took measures to conserve many wild animals like rhinoceri and tigers and geese were all off the table. They were inviolable, as he called them. And he enshrined the rights of livestock, meaning like you couldn't castrate them, you couldn't kill mothers when they were milking their children. And ultimately, he had a son and daughter who also both renounced worldly life and converted Ceylon, Sri Lanka, to Buddhism. So, we are probably going to be facing this guy on the battlefield, and he's probably going to die early because he has a unit of chariots, but that doesn't mean his army can't pulverize us. It's currently a stack of 30 units. But, Marco, I believe, you're kind of new to these streams, so let me explain exactly who we're playing as. We are playing as Bactria. Bactria, a Greek colony in modern-day Afghanistan. According to Herodotus, there were Greeks there for a while, such as the ones deported from Barca in Libya by Emperor Darius I of Persia. It was originally a satrapy of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Before that, it might have been inhabited by the Mitanni people, but when Alexander conquered it, the political infrastructure remained, but his Macedonian soldiers settled down there and Greek colonists started to trickle in. The outfit I'm wearing is a Macedonian linothorax, or cloth armor, that was commonly worn by Alexander. It was a satrapy of the Seleucid Empire for a while, the empire controlled by Seleucus Nicator, one of Alexander's generals, but under Diodotus it ultimately seceded. Diodotus is one of our characters, currently the king. And the most important archaeological site in the area is Ai-Khanum. Ai-Khanum, that is in modern-day Afghanistan. For a while in the 1970s, I believe, there were archaeologists from the West that were excavating it. And it had facilities including a Greek temple, a gymnasium, a theater, and a large administrative complex. Of course, now that's impossible with the political instability there, and the fact that a lot of that site has been looted by Islamic extremists and to pay for their war. But a lot of the Greek settlers were probably men, so a lot of intermarriage with the natives probably happened. So Bactria at this point is probably a unique ethnicity. And it is, as of now, we are very rich with natural resources. Bactria was described as the 1,000 cities of Bactria. So let me just explain how this game is going to work, how the streams I play are going to work. So every 5 turns, starting at turn 15, which is far past, I roll for a random action, random political action. These are the potential actions that can happen. And if it can't be done, I roll again. If I can't be done, meaning my characters don't have the stats for it. And I send a diplomat at least every 5 turns to a random faction. And I do not declare war unless there is a casus belli, which there usually is. I don't sign treaties unless they make sense, fluff-wise. I construct buildings according to the governor's personality. And most importantly, I cannot be at peace with all factions for more than 5 turns in a row, because it is total war, not total peace. A big part of this game is going to be fleshing out the backstories of several characters in this game. I have like a large set of characters in my faction and rival factions in the politics section, and we're going to flesh out and roleplay each one of them. And for instance, here we have the king himself, Diodotus I. Some of this is based on history. For example, he probably was a son of one of Seleucus Nicator's generals. That's why he had the position he needed to become king. His name historically did mean gift of Zeus, which meant he was devoted to the god of thunder. The Zeus part is Dio, which is similar to Theo. Zeus, the name Zeus actually comes from the Indo-European sky god Deus Pater, which is also where the term Deus, for Latin for God, comes from. He has a soft spot for the native, but here's where the stuff I've made up comes from. He has a soft spot for the natives, but nevertheless is a patron of Greek culture. He's half Greek, but his mother is Sogdian, from modern Kazakhstan. He was educated in a gymnasium of Bactria, the capital city, and now he's building an even greater one. And he already convinced the Bactrian and Greco-Bactrian nobility to join him in seceding at the age of 19. Over the past few streams, he has gone on conquering, and he's grown the Bactrian Empire. And he has... What is it? And he has waged war against India, in which he defeated Bindusara. However, he was forced to abandon India as the attrition he from crossing the desert was too great. Now, however, he's out for vengeance against the nomads in the north. Because they killed his wife when he tried to send her to them on a diplomatic mission. Which means that the time is right for Ashoka to get his revenge upon us. So, like I said, most of my forces are currently going north. So right now I'm recruiting some new forces in the form of underneath a new character. And I'm now going to show you how we flesh out the backstories of characters. This guy's name is... let's see... Can you see this? No, not below. Belus. Okay, so Belus. He is currently our governor. He's the governor of Hyrava, of the kingdom of Hyrava that we conquered. And he has the character traits of... he's a bureaucrat, and he is civil and cheerful. So here's how we're going to do this. For character creation, I use one of the, in my opinion, one of the best character creation RPGs in the is out there, which is the Epic role-playing game system. It has an amazing realistic character creation system. So, including random character events. So we are going to roll for random childhood event first. It's D100. Alright, I got 94, which means that, first of all, he's a Bactrian noble. From Bactrian noble family, suffering from social stigma, due to, let's say he suffers from the social stigma due to devoting himself to the gods of Greece very early after being introduced to the mystery cult of Zeus by Greek priests settling in because the Achaemenid Empire, remember, was monotheistic. They were Zoroastrians, followers of the god of righteousness, the one god of righteousness, Ahura Mazda. And let's roll for random adolescent event. sometime I will post some screenshots of the epic system on Twitter because I don't want to violate copyright or anything like that. So I got 90. So, oh, look at that. He invents a new kind of technology. Invents a new kind of technology for Master. Let's say that he invented a water mill, an early water mill. Actually, not even water mill. Early water pump. That's important when you're in the desert. Was granted governorship of Hyrava because of this. And then let's also, he's 30 years old. That's usually the cutoff point I give for being a full adult. So let's roll for adult events. I got 23. So he went through a period of substance abuse. For a while, was addicted to hashish. So, not much of a fighter, more of a brainy guy than a fighter. However, he's going to have to step up to the plate now to defend Bactria against one of its most dangerous foes. Actually, you know what? Let's also see if he has any unusual traits. On a 1 to 4, he has an unusual trait. No, he doesn't. Okay, I got a 5. Anyways, sorry to bore you with that, but that's just how I roll. What else was going on? Oh yeah, for anyone who was viewing, who was watching my stream on Tuesday, I'm really sorry I had to end early. I was called unexpectedly by my boss, and I kind of panicked. My first instinct was to end the stream so I could talk to him, because, you know, I do like my job, but, you know, let's talk about this while we play. Okay, let's see, do we have everything? Yes we do. Let's... So I think the game sound should be working now. In my opinion, one of the best art. All right, let's do this. All right. Yep, application sound is on. And here we have it. We have Ashoka, already a veteran in Commander. And oh god, look at that face. The face of someone who has no time for mercy. Over here we have Diodotus. He is currently building a force of cavalry to go north and kick the asses of the nomads. meaning these guys, the Roxa Alana. And here we have Belos. He's 30 years old. He is a civil he is very civil. He's also he's a good, excellent bureaucrat, and he's cheerful. He's well liked by by the people he governs, and now he has to defend them.
Ready for battle.
So what turn is it right now? It's 57. I'm probably going to go till turn 160 in all these streams total. And I think we have some time before Ashoka gets here, because he has to get through my allies, and definitely not client state. But yeah.
The gods have brought me to you. At your service.
Commander. Ready for battle.
I am probably going to have to raise taxes for this. So sorry, free marketers, but a king's got to do what a king's got to do.
We hunger for battle.
So wait, where are all our agents? We have our spy right here. She's coming down to help hinder the enemy. We have our hero. Our hero is sort of a guerrilla warrior who harasses the enemy and sometimes tries to assassinate characters. If this guy could actually assassinate Ashoka, that would be glorious. But I'm not getting my hopes up. All right, let's move the turn forward. There's an agent currently in my area. I think it's a warlord, or veteran, and I have to get rid of him because he's going to cause trouble. He's going to reduce my public order. Nomads are still coming closer to my lands, but they have to get through. Again, I have a wall of allies, so I think I can manage for a while. My debut is coming up, and I haven't actually done anything to prepare for it. I think I'm going to create some sort of a slideshow, and yeah, I'm going to create some sort of a slide. Oh yeah, Diodotus has no mercy for currently has no mercy for anyone who threatens his power. So we just massacred a group of nobles who might have been plotting against him. Anyways, yeah, I'm definitely going to have a slideshow, but most importantly, I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be doing a performance of a song by Moonspell, the goth metal band. And I was taking music lessons for a while, and definitely a good thing too, because
Commander. At once.
Definitely a good thing too, because before that I was planning to sing this like series of like power metal songs by the band Eternal Champion, but I was having real trouble, and my music teacher made it clear to me that I am a high baritone, not a low baritone. Yep, this guy is creating, is causing guerrilla warfare. Let's see if I can just get rid of him. No, I can't get rid of him. But I can maybe make some quick cash off him. If I want to get rid of him, I will have to send my hero over there.
At your command.
But yeah, I discovered that I was a baritone, so I decided to instead I was going to sing a song by the Portuguese goth metal band Moonspell. I'm also going to do harsh vocals, and the thing is, I cancelled my music lessons because they were just too expensive. But one of the drawbacks of that is that they were too expensive and I wasn't really getting much out of it. Um, by instead of like teaching me techniques and giving me like exercises to do, my teacher was trying to let me direct mostly where I wanted to go, and I was like, I can do this on my own. So in the end, I decided to.
Commander.
In the end, I decided to cancel the lessons and practice on my own. But the problem is that when I actually was spending real money, like real amounts of cash, one of the big issues with that was it motivated me to actually try to practice every day. Now that there's nothing really on the line, I'm kind of constantly procrastinating and practicing.
At your command.
So I think after this stream, I'm going to just sneak some like 10-20 minutes of practicing in. Okay, Yavana Peltasts, Persian archers, Bactrian javelin men.
Are you ready to serve?
Honestly, the way this army is probably going to go is an enormous horde of levy troops, meaning peasant troops, backed by a guard of elite light infantry, archers, and cavalry. I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine with that. Um, we also have this. We also have this area to this region to sort of colonize, though I'm not sure how long I'm actually going to hold on to it, because it's far away from my lands and takes a lot of walking to get to. But
Hercules has nothing on me.
royal elephants. So yeah, I forgot they could actually take those. Um, moving along. Okay, it looks like their veteran is wants to rough and tumble. So yeah, for anyone new seeing the stream or was like brought here by some of my other streams,
The sword was drawn, but now it's bloodied.
please. Anyways, for anyone new and is watching the VOD, Total War streams can sometimes be somewhat hard to focus on because there's a lot of waiting involved. But I'm trying to just I guess that's why it's a good a game for free talking. Maybe if I can amass enough of a following, then I can have some fun chatting. Raise an army at the falling settlement, Octao. I do want this.
At your command.
Call to arms. That means I get +1 recruitment. I can recruit more troops at once. Let's get Belos married because he is going to be fighting. Perfect. He has a very educated wife named Corinna. So, but he is unfaithful. He is a cheater. All right. Love ultimately reveals new things about people, but yeah, we'll flesh out her backstory later. All we know about her for now is that she's very well educated. She's fiery, meaning she's really passionate, but she's also really anxious, so emotional in general. And let's send her on a diplomatic mission so that and just give her some give them a feeling of relevance and make sure that they don't rise up against us, because their loyalty is very much wavering right now, and that's a problem. I do not need a rebellion on my hands. So look at it. Let's send her to our Greek neighbors.
Ready for battle.
Recruiting some more levy troops. And oh yeah, we still got to raise an army here. Dorian has been getting into some trouble because Rhea, because Rhea is actually his previous wife, who ultimately ran away to be with Eustathius, my general, who ultimately captured captured Octao. So now Dorian is Dorian is going to come and try to get close to her again, try to win her back. So Ashoka is still here. Just for shits and giggles, let's see if we can actually assassinate him.
The ribs, perhaps. Could have been worse.
Okay, no, but they
My sword is yours.
learned from his failure. I hope that learning from his failure doesn't have anything to do with embracing the Buddha instead of your Lord and Savior Zeus. I want to see exactly what he, no, not only what kind of troop he has. I also want to see what kind of bodyguard he has. Because if he has chariots, if he's riding in chariots, then that's fine because then he'll die very quickly. But if he's riding on elephants, then that's going to be a problem because elephants are like unstoppable in this game. They're a total menace. So
I seek diversion.
this noblewoman is a former slave, a former slave dancer, and she is very anxious about marrying into nobility. All right, so clearly she's very cultured. So let's have her dance for the people or organize dances. And this noble is a former adventurer. She's also very anxious about her position in society. And she is a scholar. She's learned much on her travels. Okay, let's make her an economist and an administrator. So let's make her have her govern the manage local industry.
Ready for battle.
It looks like Ashoka is currently plotting his next move. For now, I guess it is fine to primarily focus on the nomads. The nomads, by the way, not the Roxalana in particular, but the nomads were the ones who would ultimately destroy Bactria, and particularly a group called the USG. I haven't actually done some in-depth studying, but I will do it later. For now, I'm currently focusing on doing a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas video, talking about organized crime in California. For on one hand, and I'm also studying for a Alexander campaign stream for Rome 2. All right, Belos's new wife has returned, accompanied by a famous Greek scholar, a Greek sophist.
At your command. March. Ready for orders. March. Ready for further orders. Commander. Ready.
Alright, let's see if we can get rid of this pesky veteran.
Their life is mine.
Oh, we did it. Yason has has butchered Jagmoria. So this guy will receive a triumph when he comes back. Oh, dirty blade. He just stabbed him with a filth covered blade. Very nice. So
At your command.
My skills are yours.
let's get our spy in there.
Ready for battle. Are you ready to serve?
And
At your command.
Ready for orders.
For battle. Ready.
all right, let's move the turn along. Oh, who's Damianas, right. Let's see what this guy is. He's just an Olympian, an athlete, philosophical, and trains very hard. A true Greek. Very nice. Oh, are they finally coming in and getting ready to fight? Let's see. I think this is him. All right, the nomads are trying to lay an ambush. And they've destroyed my allies' army. That is very concerning. I'll see if I can outmaneuver them. Um, okay, free gold. I completely forgot about these like optional missions I'm supposed to do while uh control 25 settlements by direct ownership or through satrapies or military allies. We're just going to sort of ignore that, but what are some things that the game expects me to do? Be at war with the Seleucids. I'll think about that. Um, assemble cavalry. Um, hold Parsa. Where's Parsa? Oh, right here. I'm going to need to deal with the what is that? I'm going to need to deal with the Indians if I want to actually start expanding westward. Research the following technology: architectural advances. All right, I think I can. I think that's doable. All right. Oh no, he has it's infantry, all right. Ashoka is coming on foot. Um Persian hired lancers, Persian mercenary spearmen, allied swordsmen. Aru Aruvaz. I want to look this up. India Aruvaz. Aruvaz sword. Is there? I've never actually. Oh, Aruval. Oh, I see. It's a two-handed. It's a two-handed weapon from South India. I did not know about this. All right. And it's often commonly associated with gangsters. Very cool. Um, let's see. Battle axemen, spearmen, armored spearmen, two-handed spearmen. Let's see, Persian levies. Oh, and they even have some. Greek colonists. Very, very interesting. But ultimately, it looks like their troops are pretty light. Light. So, again, the bulk of my troops are the bulk of my troops are in the north. So I should probably start assembling some archers so I can rain down fire on the um two-handers because they don't have shields.
We need good fighters.
And also, let's see if I can harass him.
Wish of me.
Ears of the King. I see.
My skills are yours.
Let's see if I can steal his supplies and slow him down.
Do enjoy a little sabotage.
Oh, she pulled it off. All right. So he is slowed down now.
I am the champion of the gods.
And then I want to also see if I can slaughter this spy.
Would you
Nope.
look at that?
But I did recoup the cost of my attempt. uh, so sorry. It's nothing. It's something personal that made me laugh. But
You can call me Rex.
yeah. Let's keep moving. You know, maybe for the sake of the stream, I shouldn't actually hinder him. Maybe I should actually get ready to fight. Fight an unusually difficult battle. Also, come to think of it... Oh, I missed the random event. It's alright, let's do it. So... 13. I got a 13, and that means that somebody needs to flirt. All right, let's have this unmarried woman, Lysandra, wife of a previously killed, previously slain in general of Diodorus. Let's have him flirt with Belus. Makes sense because he is unfaithful. So Political marriage. Do I actually want to do this? Let's see. Do I really need to? I can marry this lady Lysandra to the leader of the Macedonian nobles, and that would assure a political alliance. And then I could also have her flirt with the other nobles, and that would reduce the gravitas, meaning the reputation of both her husband in the other faction and the wife of the noble who she flirts with. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so oh, speak of the devil. She is a flirtatious wife. Lysandra is very flirtatious and poison her husband. Yeah. So political conflicts incoming, I'm guessing, or hopefully not. Next we got an 11, which is give gifts. Diodorus or Diodorus will send them a wedding gift. And then let's also send some diplomats. Let's send Lysandra over on a political sort of vacation to the Seleucids. And let's send Thalea over to Parthia. I did roll randomly for this, so okay. Anyways, intrigues in the bedroom. All right. It is going to be a battle of entirely cavalry. Let's do this. Well, this is awkward. Hold on. Let me fix this. Sometimes the game just randomly closes. So just need to start it up again. If anyone's just dropping in, I'm just going to quickly fix this. Just start the game up again. Loading. You'll reap what you sow. I don't think you guys can see it, but this is a quote that sometimes appears in loading screens. So, reap what you sow. Which I'm not sure if this initially comes from him. He's probably one of the many people who actually have said it, but apparently Cicero said this. Cicero meaning Cicero. Cicero is how we pronounce it, but the Romans pronounced it Cicero. Okay, There we go. Okay. We are very back.
At your command. On the move.
While we're at it, let's send my king into an ambush. See if he can catch the nomads with their breaches down. Alright, Ashoka is shambling towards my empire. But not as fast as he'd like to, due to the fact that I sabotaged his supply chain.
The sword was drawn.
Nope. Alright. Do we want to rally the horsemen? Meaning make cavalry recruitment cheaper? Or do we want to make sure that the cavalry are very well trained? I think we can afford to. Ooh! The House of Seleucus has decided to support our endeavors to defeat the enemies of the Greek people. And the Parthians, however, have decided that they don't like the way I've been going about things.
Ready for orders. For the gods! Ah! Disengage! We hunger for
Okay,
battle.
let's go into ambush again.
Advance. Concealed from view.
Okay, is one of these guys the king? Yes, this guy is the High King. Alright, so we'll call it even once he's dead. If I can actually find some way to kill him,
Ready for battle.
then we can make peace. An eye for an eye.
You can call me.
Let's
My skills
I
are
am
yours.
greater than mighty Achilles.
let's kill him. Let's try to assassinate Ashoka.
I am winged
Guys, you seeing this? Iason, Iason, the great Greek adventurer, just killed the mighty Ashoka. Just caught him and slaughtered him. Fuck yeah.
You can call me Nyx. I do enjoy a little
Anyways, they are
sabotage.
royally fucked right now.
Was there ever any doubt?
We hunger for battle.
Once I get enough troops, I will launch my counterattack.
Are you ready to serve?
Well, I guess Buddhism is a completely Buddhist Asia was never meant to be. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
At your service.
More waiting. Now it's time to rebuild Alexander's empire. Now that my most ferocious rival is out of the way. I wonder, how did he pull this off? Did he... How was he able to pull this off? Did he, like, just kill him with an arrow or a javelin? Or did he do something more devious, like poisoning him? I mean, let's be real. If this actually happened to someone, like a great king being assassinated by an invisible power, then the history books would not talk about it, because history is written by the winners. Like, for example, who knows, maybe Alexander was assassinated. Maybe Alexander was assassinated instead of dying of some sort of sickness. But the history books won't tell you that, because they will refuse to believe that he would have been killed by something as ungraceful as an assassination. Similarly, nobody really knows how Attila or Genghis Khan died.
We hunger for battle. Laying an ambush.
We're going to have Diodorus stay in ambush.
My sword is yours.
This guy looks tough. Let's see if I can kill him
In the
too.
ribs, perhaps.
No, just wounded. He'll be back.
Ares be praised.
Let's steal.
Knows no
Rob this this lady blind.
By my hand it is done.
False supplier. All right. Let's keep building this guy's army. What was I supposed to? No, what was I supposed to build again? I was supposed to Bactrioi, Arstoi, Hippes, Bactrioi, Arstoi, or whatever that is.
We hunger for battle.
Let's see. Shivatir e Baktarig. I guess this isn't possible because of the reforms I just went through. Anyways, let's get some Indo-Hellenic Thurio spears. I want some of these. Also want, yeah, I definitely want some of these.
We need good fighters.
And in the north, I'm still slowly building this. Slowly settling this area. Do something, you losers. Or do something that I can catch you unaware of, so I can actually kill your losers. I can't do anything right now because they're too close together. Outmaneuvering, or at least trying.
My
Okay.
gifts
You know what? This is fine. I'll get rid of these guys one by one. Alright, prepare to be run down. Just Okay, so we have an army consisting entirely of cavalry, so we're going to have to play sort of cautiously. Um, okay, so these guys are like armored archers, and then we have these guys who are javelin throwers, and finally our cataphracts, Bactrian cataphracts. For anyone who doesn't know, a cataphract comes from the Greek cataphractoi, which literally means fully covered. So it basically meant it was used to refer to heavily armored horsemen with long two-handed spears and barding, meaning horse armor. Obviously, they're going to be very rich because they have to buy the horse armor DLC.
Riders.
All right, let's go.
Riders at the double. As I see it, and as the omens confirm, our enemies are well and peasants.
Oh, these guys cannot do the Parthian shot. They cannot shoot behind them. All right.
Quickly now! Forward! Bactrians! As you command! Missile armed riders! Riders at the double!
Our general is under attack.
General!
Your orders?
Your orders!
Ready and waiting.
Ready and waiting! Never surrender!
Cavalry!
Find your target! General!
Paladin cataphracts! Ready to ride! Paladin cataphracts! Cap of glory! Orders, my lord!
General!
Oh boy.
Prepare to engage! Victoria! Leader! Cavalry!
Come on, help, protect your king.
At your service!
All right, these cataphracts have sort of cleared up.
Men are wavering.
We are at your command!
Their cavalry is just faster because they're not armored. It's annoying.
Shock cavalry ready! Yours to command.
Well, I can't play keep away with them.
The brave, ready for orders.
At the ready!
All right, I'm going to be able to. This is good. I'm going to be able to catch the enemy general's bodyguard with their pants down. Very nice.
Cavalry!
General!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
By your command. Advance!
Cavalry!
We await your order. Ready your weapon.
General! Advance!
We are at your command.
The enemy general is dead.
Excellent.
At your service.
And for glory!
Paladin cataphracts.
Look at this. Look at how they are wielding their spears in two hands, as opposed to like the couch lance Norman knights who wielded their spears in one hand and shields in the other.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
By your command. Ready and waiting.
Advance at speed! Riders! Advance!
Swift.
Okay, these guys are getting. These guys are not doing so hot, but luckily they've held out for long
One
enough
of our
to
units has used all its
get
ammunition.
reinforcements. All right. Greek discipline, discipline combined with Persian fury. Nothing like it.
Ready for orders.
And now these guys are getting run down. Yeah, that's what usually happens if you run from not even, you know. Have any of you guys played Manor Lords? Manor Lords apparently was supposed to make history as a total war killer for giving units the option of doing fighting retreats instead of just routing and running away like chickens. Win a campaign battle using only cavalry units without auto-resolving. But yeah, so far there's no such thing as falling back defensively in this game. It's why battles tend to be completely like one side gets completely destroyed and the other loses like half of their forces. Mandalord's battles are a lot more realistic in that way, and that's one of the things that it's been really praised for. But I've seen people talk about Manor Lords, and it's not a perfect game. Like, the war mechanics is ultimately too overly complex and can easily be exploited, from what I've heard. You are coming with me?
On the move.
Alright, and here's the High King. Time to finish him off. Maybe I should hire some mercs. Horse archers, tribal lancers. I need some more horse archers. Scythian mercenary horse archers.
For glory and honor. Yeah.
The Bactrian cavalry. Nothing can compare. I'm not sure if you guys saw what was. I'm not sure if you guys saw what was the what is it? One of the optional missions to build like 30 units of cavalry, but apparently there were 10,000 cataphracts or so at. Or so the historians claim, at one of the battles between Antiochus the Great of the Seleucid Empire of Syria and the army of Bactria, with the cataphracts being on Bactria's side. But yeah, you'll see cataphracts. You'll see them a lot throughout ancient history, because they're basically the signature unit of Persia, as well as along with the Persian immortals.
Warriors ready.
Yours to command. Cavalry. Missiles ready.
Ready and waiting. Orders. Generals.
Advance at speed.
It may be beneath my dignity to say this, but gods above, our foes are simpletons and bumpkins. Truly, the enemy have emptied many villages of their idiots.
We await your orders. At the ready. Right horse. Throw weapons.
General! Ready yourselves.
Our general is under attack.
Alright, seems to be going fine so far. It really is a matter of numbers at this point, because I don't feel like micromanaging that much, but ultimately really does come down to just putting my missile cavalry on skirmish mode, which means they'll just automatically fire and run away.
Break the lines! Attack advance!
Yours to command.
Heavy horse at your command! Riders at the double! Cavalry! Ready horse! Ready light horse!
General!
Yep, nothing to it.
Attack the positions!
Wait a minute. Oh, Greg, God, my general's bodyguard is kind of running out. He might actually die here if I'm really not careful. I'm gonna try to pull him back. Oh my god, this is a
The
bloody
enemy
battle.
general is dead.
Oh, thank goodness he died first.
General!
And honor! Ready!
Ready to ride! Rider, advance at speed!
To me! We'll kill them all! Take it! Horse archers! Step archers! By your command!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh my god, this is bloody.
Recharge!
It's just numbers, grinding down numbers, charging at each other.
Attack the positions!
Our aim is true!
Well, that was a battle. Oh, surprisingly, losses were not as bad as I thought they would be. That's what about a third of my troops. I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad, especially considering these are like noble cavalry, who generally go into battle without expecting to actually put their lives on the line, but to just clean up after a battle ends. But no, these guys bravely gave their lives to fight the nomads of the north and protect. And
We hunger for battle.
honestly, I wouldn't say protect, but bring back riches, definitely.
Waiting for orders. Your next command? Ready?
I believe one of the quotes in this game. Is involves something like "nothing worthwhile is safe" or something like that. Safety gets in the way of anything profitable. Well, that's how it was in ancient times, I guess.
Advance!
Commander,
At any rate, Diodorus has gotten revenge for his wife, and and Bactria and glory has been brought to Bactria. Not bad, not bad at all. All right.
At your command.
Oh, hey, JP. Welcome to the stream. If you want to just look at the beginning of the VOD for the historical exposition that I do, because this part of the stream is basically just me fooling around with character roleplay and grand strategy.
We hunger for battle.
But yeah, most of the history talk I do is at the very beginning. But thank you so much for coming. I feel like streaming a little longer than usual today because I missed the previous. I missed the. I didn't miss. I ended the stream early on Tuesday because of a unexpected call from my supervisor. So, let's just have some fun with this. Let's have some fun with history. Let's see. Probably disband these mercenary horse archers because they tend to be like artificially expensive. And let's get some
Ready for battle.
more cataphracts right here. Can never have enough cataphract. All right, Timandra. She is very culturally refined, and so let's build on that. And let's also political reformer. I think I can afford to do this. Public order is good.
Ready for orders.
All right, next session is next turn is the turn where next turn is the turn where we start doing random political events. So that should be fun. Honestly, cavalry charges are in this game are not that fun to look at. I mean, not cavalry. Cavalry are fun, but cavalry versus cavalry battles is just guys on horses swinging weapons at each other. Not particularly fun to watch. That's why I don't have much fun. I don't think I'd have much fun playing as the Scythians. But there's nothing like the sight of a group of cavalry crashing into an unprotected flank of a block of infantry. There's nothing like it. That's why no matter how brain dead the stereotypical Bretonnian noble is in Warhammer, I can't bring myself to completely hate them. This woman has proven herself quite capable of organizing labor in her family's large household. She is ambitious and tolerates no idle hands, and produces the finest olive oil. We could employ her to help plan our agricultural developments. Alternatively, we could delegate that issues to the other noble families and perhaps gain her favor. New characters? I can never say no to that. Furious innovation spread. New innovations in military technology and strategy have spread through various Greek, Thracian, Illyrian, Galatian, and other cultures to impact the style and equipment of those factions. I believe the Thurio. Wait, let me look. Thurio. What exactly is that again? Let me check. Not much to say. All right. Well, I think they're referring to a kind of shield that's encouraging the movement from shield and spear, round shield and spear to oval shield and sword warfare. I think that's what they're referring to.
We hunger for battle.
But yeah, let's get going.
Make haste, men. Waiting for orders.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. You can't hide in the shadow of your legend of one man anymore.
I am the champion
You
of the
can call
gods.
me Nyx.
A knife in the ribs, perhaps.
Aparta has taught me much.
At your... We hunger for battle. At your command.
What is my relationship with the Roxal Lana like right now?
Ready for battle.
I think this is a good time to start sending troops to the north to see if I can subjugate the Scythians.
Gathering supplies.
What country? Let me just think. What country is this? Like, does anyone know what country this is in real like modern day country? I think it's Kazakhstan. Yeah, I think it's Kazakhstan. I said earlier that Sogdia is Kazakhstan, but no, it's probably like, I don't know. There's a bunch of like stans in Central Eurasia that I know there are a bunch. I know the names of them. There's Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, but placing them around the various areas, areas I'm not sure how to do. Yeah, this is definitely Kazakhstan.
At your command.
Good thinking, JP. Anyways, time for some random political events. Oh shit, I got a 20. That means 3 random political events. Things are gonna get shaken up now. 3. We're going to organize games somewhere. Callisto, Callisto, she was in mythology. The Callisto was the name of a nymph who was caught, who while bathing was caught naked by a hero. A hero. No, that's not it. I believe Callisto was raped by Zeus, but and in there's some. Let me look. Callisto, a nymph. Okay, so According to some writers, Zeus transformed himself into the figure of Artemis to pursue Callisto, and she slept with him, believing Zeus to be Artemis. She became pregnant, and when this was discovered, she was expelled from Artemis's group, after which a furious Hera, the wife of Zeus, transformed her into a bear. And then, just as she was about to be killed by Hera's son while she was hunting, she was set amongst the stars as Ursa Major by Zeus. Who actually said this? Was it Ovid? Who actually wrote this? Ovid. Yep, of course it is. Of course it's Ovid in the famous Metamorphosis. I might mention this. I'm going to mention this particular this particular text next more in the future. It's a lot of the myths we know today from Greece don't actually come from Greece. They come from an epic poem called Metamorphoses, written by a Roman writer named Ovid, Publius Ovidius Naso, who had a very anti-authoritarian slant and often portrayed the gods like capricious fools who abused the power they had over mortals. Alright, Belus is about to go to war. Let's give him a sarissa, a spear. Let's give him a battlefield runner. And let's give him a heroic hoplite. Anyways, organized games, right? We have to do that. So alright, what next? 16. We are going to provoke someone. What do we need to provoke? We need zeal, right? Okay, so I know Dorian is going to come back and provoke somebody. I'm going to switch him out with Atropatis.
We hunger for battle.
We hunger for battle.
We'll do that next turn. And then finally, we got an 8. So we are going to arrange a political marriage. Is there anyone who I can actually marry her to? Yeah, I think we can. We can marry him to Charax. Yeah, let's do that. So, other than that, let's also send a diplomat somewhere. Actually, you know what? Let's have Diodorus remarry. Now that he's avenged his previous wife. Alright, he has a wife named Irene. Reminds me of Eileen. Or Aileen. You guys remember who Aileen is? In the very early days of VTubing, Aileen was the one of the first VTubers who could speak both one of the first VTubers who could speak both English and Japanese. Well, she mainly spoke in Japanese. And eventually she, as part of like her family of VTubers, which included Yomami, we had the first full English language VTuber, who was Natsumi Moe. And Natsumi Moe, I watched her so much back in the day. She was a total idol. She sang, she taught, she chatted, she played games, she did all sorts of fun stuff. And I don't know what happened to her after that. Eventually, I moved away from her, from watching her to start watching the Girls of Hololive English. Is Irene. Diodotus is definitely very wealthy husband. Social climbing wife. So basically, Aileen is a gold digger. All right. She is an aristocrat who wants to climb even further, and she is indulgent, vain, rash, and stingy. Not a very nice, not very endearing traits, but whatever. Um, let's send her to Parthia.
Ready for orders. Ready.
We hunger for battle.
All right, he has carried out enormous feats in battle. So we're going to give him the valor trait, and we're going to give him the warfare trait and the unity trait. All right. All right. I think I'm going to stream for another hour or so. That's, like I said, I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and I don't have a lot of endurance, but I think I'm going to get used to it. I need to slowly build my streaming endurance. Your diplomat has returned accompanied by a famous bard. Excellent. Median Iranian reforms. Atropatkin has reached a new military reform. As time progressed, so did the fighting ways of the Iranian people. Due to nomadic influence, cavalry equipment became much heavier, while deadly Qantas lances became the main shock weapons. Mounted javeliners of the late Achaemenids went out of fashion, and bows once again were a favorite tool of war for Median riders. The influx of Greeks all over the old empire allowed it to adopt recent change in warfare with their pikes and Thurios shields. Interesting. Anyways, Dorian is once again going to provoke the man who stole his wife, Eustathius. And let me see if I can improve relations with this group and enter so that I can enter a political marriage. Target must have less gravitas than the initiator. How do we remove someone's gravitas? Reduce, I mean. Okay. More cunning than the target's zeal. Sounds about right. About right. Gaslight this guy into basically gaslight this guy into settling for someone, settling for a woman who he's too good for. Alright, so I guess I'll just... Oh my god, this guy is just quivering in shame after all the insults my nobles have thrown at him. But my but Callisto needs to have more gravitas than Charax in order to get married to him. So but -5 loyalty for target party for 2 turns. Yeah, I can wait.
Ready for battle.
Okay, let's actually... Is this the turn we're actually going to get fighting? Let's see.
And honor.
Nope, he's running away like a little
Make haste,
bitch.
men.
Terrified of my...
Champion of the gods.
Terrified of my hero. Hero and his guerrilla activities.
How can I be of assistance? Sabotage
Imagine thinking you can get away
my
from me that
excellent
easily.
choice. I'm so sorry.
I will teach them to fear us.
You scared, bitch?
Gods
You
guide
should be.
my hand. Thy name shall be remembered. How can I serve you?
Alright.
We hunger for battle. Ready for battle.
What do you wish of me?
Ready for battle. Let them cower like
Meanwhile, my, Eustathius is continuing to go north. So all that insulting that guy so that he'd have to accept marriage with my noblewoman. My guess is that the simplest way to explain that would be he's being blackmailed, saying marry this ally of mine, or I'll reveal your secrets. The Oracle at Delphi. As youth, Apollo slew the serpent Pytho, whose body fell into a crack in the earth at Delphi on the slopes of Mount Parnassus. This became the sacred site in which the Oracle was gifted with the wisdom of Apollo himself, and people came from afar and wide to seek its proclamations in matters of great significance, such as government, war, and agriculture. The Oracle, known as Pythia, was not one woman but many. When a proclamation was sought, she was chosen from the peasant population on grounds of virtue, and was taken to the heights of Delphi. She sat upon a tripod seat over the gaseous fissure where Pytho plummeted into the earth and fell into an ecstatic trance. Basically, she got high on sulfur. Or like she got intoxicated by sulfur. Speaking with the wisdom of Apollo, her words were transcribed into verse by the temple priests.
make haste, men.
I saw a funny meme a while back where it's like You have the Cheems, who is like mentally ill and no, mental illness today, who is like mentally ill, depressed, alone, and rejected by society, and mental illness in prehistoric times when he's like this enormous Chad Doge, who's the um local shaman whose ravings and ramblings are seen as the words of God.
My sword is yours. I am greater
Let's
than mighty Achilles, the enemy must
demoralize
never
him
have
again. Dang.
At your service.
Commander, for death and honor!
Go time.
Ready?
Alright. Time for one hell of a battle. Pretty one-sided, but still. Depending on how the battle goes, I can imagine Bellis is a very civil and kind man, so he'll spare them. He'll spare the captives. He'll ransom them. Anyways, like I said, it's mostly a lot of barely armored, unshielded troops. So probably should start with arrows. Shower of arrows and javelins.
My lord! At ready! Spears ready! Commander!
So these are the Thurio shields. Let's take a look. Okay, I was mistaken. No, they're not. No. Why do these guys have different kinds of shields? Like, this is clearly a Hoplon, but circular Hoplon shield. But this, this is a Thurios. This is the famous what is it? Oval shield with its like whatever this boss is.
What are your orders? Spears ready! Orders, my lord! Spearmen! Our orders! Our orders! Orders! Persian archers! At the ready! Men of Persia! Spearmen! Thurios spears! Hellenic cataphracts!
All right, let's go.
General!
God damn! Look at this. Look at this battle. The battle that's about to happen. Gonna be glorious.
At the ready!
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys.
General!
Let's go.
Understood!
I know, right? This is so many people. It's five. I have 5,000 troops, and he has like 4,000. The might of the might of Bactria, of the 1,000 cities of Bactria. So I've been thinking of, by the way, been thinking of a few other games I could potentially play in the future. One thing I've wanted to do is a horror game, so I can stream it for some of my the people I know on one of my on horror movie servers I'm on. I'm thinking of streaming. Okay, get ready, Devotion, the game about Taiwan. In case you guys don't know, Devotion is a sort of infamous horror game about people in Taiwan in the
Our hidden
1980s.
units have been discovered.
And there was like a Easter egg. There was an Easter egg in it. Describe it like a tiny like charm, a religious charm describing Xi Jinping as Winnie the Pooh. And then it got like angrily review bombed on. So yeah, it got angrily review bombed on Steam by Chinese nationalists, and as a result, Steam ultimately took it down. And there is actually, believe it or not, there is actually I believe the Harvard library, the Harvard University Library has actually preserved it as an example of Asian artistic expression.
The men are wavering.
It's really funny.
Orders, my lord! Persian archers! What are your orders?
Okay, Axemen, chariots. Yeah, let's start sweeping their backlines. Yeah, you can't buy it on Steam, but you can buy it on directly on the what is it? The website of the company. They also have another game called Detention that's also preserved in the Harvard Library.
What are you waiting? My lord! Awaiting orders! Bactrian royal guards! Ashoka!
I believe Detention was made into a movie, a horror movie in Taiwan.
Persian archers! Loose!
Yeah, so like, can you imagine if somehow I eventually amassed a following on a decent following, and then eventually someone went back and said, "Oh, this guy streamed this guy streamed the game about the cursed island," and then the Chinese the China trolls come out and cancel me. That would be hilarious.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Hellenic cataphracts! Back forward! Ready! Advance! Ready! Engage!
All right. Wait, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh no! Game crashed. Fucking technical difficulties. The fight scene wasn't in the budget. You know what? While I'm at it, why don't I just quickly share with you my you know what? Copyright, to hell with copyright. Small streamers break it all the time. I'm going to show you guys the epic the epic RPG a character creation system. Uh, okay, let's see. Can you guys see this? Getting it loading. Huh? Okay, I'll try. Let me try starting a new window capture web browser. What the hell's going on? Is my uh no, you're not supposed to see this. No, not this either. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. This usually doesn't happen, but yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. And Marco, the fight scene just wasn't in the budget. I think I am going to end the stream here. Here, I'd like to practice I'd like to practice vocals, but hey, let me just quickly link something for you. Let me see. There. This is one of my best streamer friends, Grub Handler. Um, he is like he's a music composer, and he's also a really and he's also really good with like stream tech. He taught me how to crop the chat. He's going to be streaming Kirby Superstar soon, so check him out. Otherwise, thanks for coming and expect more to come. Oh, another thing. Um I'm probably going to be from now on streaming a little bit every day, like same hours as normal, but I'm going to try to do guerrilla streams a bit more often because I suffer from clinical depression, and to be honest, this really helps. It distracts me from the fact that I'll you can infer. Anyways, thanks for coming and expect more to come.